This might be the hottest take of the century, but honestly, I miss my commute. With so many companies doing return to office, it's a natural feeling to get upset, to fight back, to try to work around the policies or challenge your manager or whatever. But ultimately, we can't control it. Your manager can't control it. It's kind of out of your hands. And so instead of being upset about it, instead of fighting about it, instead of ruminating about it while you're on your commute, I don't think you should do that. I think you should embrace it. Claim it as your own time. And so let me explain why I miss it. This summer I took off with my kids. I resigned from my position, took the summer off, and now I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, working on this project, working on projects around the house, etc. And what I'm realizing is that I don't have very good boundaries when I'm at home between these different aspects of life. And that was even more true when I had a full-time job. And that commute gave me those really clear boundaries, those completely different situations. So there's something about getting out of your house, getting in your car, driving somewhere, getting back out of your car, going into another place. And that's where work happens. And then at the end of the day, you get back into your car, you do the same thing in reverse, and you go home. These are very clear boundaries between different aspects of life. Two major aspects of your life, your work and your home life. And without those clear boundaries, it's really hard to kind of leave some of the mental baggage and other things behind and separate those things very firmly in your mind, and ultimately it shows up in your body too. And this provides a really great opportunity, the commute, for decompression. People throw that word around a lot. I have to decompress after work. And I think it's really hard if you work at home and it's different to, like I said, you're driving somewhere versus just closing the laptop. And maybe you have a different office and things like that, and that's good. But then to decompress is a lot harder because A, you don't have as much time, and B, you don't have the clear boundaries. And a decompression for me is shifting the states of these two major commitments. So if you're at home, that's a commitment to yourself, your family, your kids. And at work, it's a commitment to your organization. And those things aren't probably 100% aligned. And that creates a lot of tension. And then you returning to this state of being, that's decompression for me. And a commute gives you that great opportunity. The second reason I miss my commute is because it's the closest in my day, or it was the closest in my day, that I was my core self. Think about it. You're alone in your car. You know where you're going. You know how to get there. And all the details in between are up to you. You can choose to listen to music. It might help you in decompression. You could choose to listen to a podcast, which might help you pursue a goal in your life or educate yourself. Or you can just sit in silence, pseudo-meditative, which, again, even helps the decompression more. One of my favorite habits to do when I drive back from work is I'd put my voice dictation on, and any thought in my brain that related to work, I would communicate it into voice dictation, into a note, or into an email to myself that I would then send. And then, by the time I got home, I was kind of free of these thoughts, and I was able to enter my home with kind of a clear head, completely decompressed. Maybe not completely, depending on the day. But this is the closest thing, I think, in a lot of our lives we have to our core sense of being. When you get home, you might have a spouse, you might have children. Well, you have commitments to them that you have to satisfy before commitments to yourself. And so you might only have a small window during the morning or the evening that you really get to spend with yourself. And when you have a commute, you have a lot more of that. And obviously this introduces some pitfalls. If you got an hour commute, I'm not insane. Okay? 2 hours every day. Yeah. That sucks. That's not the point. I think the sweet spot is anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. 15, good too. And so it's not feasible for everyone to be able to move that close to home. Now, it is under your control to get a new job. I know the market out there is really tough, but it's something that if you don't see your commute going away and it's that long, I'd really encourage you to think about what is the next step for you if you want this job long term, and maybe consider either trying to supercharge that commute. I have tried to write via dictation if I was pursuing a writing project, things like that nature. So try to leverage that for more, listening to an audiobook, things like that. And then just the number of days in the office is obviously a challenge as well. Again, I'm not insane. I don't think 5 days in the office, you got to be, some people just, they don't have jobs that need to be in the office. It doesn't make sense. You're working with people all over the world. I've heard it all. I understand that part. And I think the blend is more like 3 days in the office, 2 days at home. I mean, I really enjoyed when I had a job, traditional job, being at home on Friday, so your week can kind of begin right away. And you had the rest of the weekend to decompress, so that wasn't a big deal. Monday, the same thing. You had the weekend, you're coming out of the weekend, you don't need to rush into the office. Those middle days, I think it can be a benefit to you if you change your mindset about how you approach your commute and you approach return to office. Take advantage of it. There's people in the office. You can talk to them. You can make connections. I think a lot of people out there are getting lonely. There's something a little depressing to me about waking up, going to work on your computer. You don't go to work anymore. You just open your laptop, work there, close it at the end of the day, eat, sleep, and do it all over again the next day. Now, again, long commute aside, but going in, socializing with people, take advantage of it. That's what your companies want you to do. So take advantage of it. Make some connections. Do a little extracurricular activity while you're at the office. Or if you are working with people, try to organize your calendars and coordinate them so that when you're all in the office, you're meeting with each other and you're doing collaborative work, things of that nature. Make it work for you. Stop fighting it. Don't get upset about something you can't control. Instead, embrace it and use it for yourself. Claim it for yourself. That's all I have for today. If you like this, I'd ask you to subscribe. Again, until next time, appreciate you.